The paradoxes of living in the light and the different paradoxes that are there, we have to settle into them. No choice. Because no matter what we really achieve, what height we really reach, after that height we achieve, sometimes we have to go back and still put some type of work so the height that we're on, we don't lose ourselves. So there's something that's already finished, but we're nearing towards something that's already finished because we're in a different channel where we're experiencing the slowed down process of something that's already finished. We're going back to something that already was and concluded in a different way, in a new way, because we reset it on a physical way. It's like the predecessor said, the war has already happened. The war is already done on a different energetic level. We're receiving the after effect, and we're receiving the reset effect of it, of how it's expressing itself physically. And I just had a salad, excuse me. And as we're experiencing the physical expression of it and how it's having its own allotment of time from start to finish, it already took place spiritually. And now we're receiving an energetic reflection. And as we're doing a start to finish again, we're going to go back to something that's already happened spiritually, but it's going to be reset in a different way because we're going to gather up the physical reflection towards the spiritual reflection. And now the spiritual quote unquote war that already concluded, it's not the war, the spiritual war is not necessarily going to be reset, but that timeline of spirit, it's going to be reset because we're gathering up the new completion of how the physical expression of the spiritual shit that already happened, the spiritual war already happened and it concluded. And now the physical life is, we're living through the expression of that, and we're kind of tinkering and we're kind of adjusting, and quote unquote glitching, end quote, fine details of how the physical reality could just do that based on it being more solidified and slowed down. And now we're going to go back to the spiritual conclusion. The war has already taken place, like the predecessors say. And now the process of the physical reality, we're preparing the physical self, the physical expression of the self, to go back to that thing. And then once we make it back, subjective to how we will make it back there, then that will reset. And what will reset? You could look at it like an envelope being folded into itself, a double flapped envelope being folded into itself, because the spiritual flap is the base of the envelope. It's already folded. And now the top open flap is the physical reality going into itself. And once the envelope is sealed, then that's the new reality we will experience after this physical life. Because we're talking about paradoxes here. We're talking about it amidst the transition of the mutable waters of Pisces. That starting point of Pisces and water and the source of water, that's a particular type of source of heaven. And then as we're going in and out of the source of heaven, everything is complete, simultaneously moving after completion. We're feeling into that. Of course, there's going to be hella confusion through life because we don't know a bunch of different mechanics. But now that we're getting more hints from the human design, respectively, of all these mechanics, we could see metaphysically why we feel what we feel, Moon and Pisces type of shit. After completion, it's already done. The war has taken place. And my phone's on 5%. So this is just like, this is Moon and Pisces. And I have to be conclusive here. And I can keep going, obviously.